Hello, everyone. I'm Eric Breeden. I've just created a YouTube channel, and this is my official channel. I hope you'll support me. The Young and the Restless, spoilers full. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is an absolutely beautiful day to dive into the latest, most explosive updates from Genoa City. We have a massive breakdown for you today, so grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's get right into the madness. Oh my God, I'm screaming. I literally cannot even process what just happened on my screen. I was eating my dinner, literally just taking a bite of my perfectly good pasta, and I actually choked. I had to pause the TV, cough my lungs out, and text my best friend immediately because my jaw dropped to the floor. I am not exaggerating when I say I am still shaking. Okay, but listen, you guys know I have been following this whole unhinged Matt Clark Vegas nightmare for weeks, and I literally kept saying, this is going to end badly, but I did not expect this level of absolute trauma. I am so emotionally compromised right now. I feel like I need to bill CBS for my therapy. Okay, wait, let me back up because I'm getting ahead of myself and my brain is moving a million miles an hour. So we are at this abandoned gas station, right? Which, first of all, why is it always an abandoned gas station? Can these villains not afford a nice climate-controlled warehouse anymore? Is the villain economy in a recession? Whatever. Anyway, Matt Clark is there holding Sharon and Noah hostage, and he is fully, completely unhinged. I'm talking peak, iconic soap opera villain madness. He's got his hand on the detonator, ready to blow the whole place sky high. The sheer audacity of this man, after everything he has already put Sharon through over the decades, and don't even get me started on Matt Clark's history with Sharon. Like, this man has been tormenting her since the Chin Moose. He is the literal ghost of Genoa City past, just constantly coming back to ruin her life. I was yelling at my screen, leave her alone. Hasn't she suffered enough? Sharon has survived cancer. She has survived being framed for murder. She has survived so much intense psychological trauma. She has bipolar disorder. She does not need to be blown up at a sketchy, dirty gas station in the middle of nowhere. Matt's obsession with her is actually terrifying. He looked so smug, so evil, holding that detonator like he was the king of the world. And poor Noah. Noah is just standing there, trying to be the brave son, trying to protect his mother, which is honestly so heartbreaking. Noah has been collateral damage in Newman family drama his entire life. I swear, that boy needs a decade of intensive therapy. He's looking at Matt, trying to negotiate, trying to put his body between Matt and Sharon. And I'm just sitting there thinking, Noah, baby, no, you can't reason with a psychopath. The tension in that room was so thick you could cut it with a knife. At this point, I'm literally on the edge of my seat. I am biting my nails down to the quick. The music is doing that intense, dramatic swelling thing. You know the exact music I'm talking about, the dramatic beats that mean someone is about to meet their maker. Matt is looking like an absolute psycho, his thumb twitching on the button. And I'm like, where is the cavalry? Where are the police? Where is Paul Williams when you actually need him? I was convinced the screen was just going to go to black and we'd have to wait until tomorrow to see if they exploded. And then, oh my God, Nick Newman, Nick freaking Newman bursts through the doors like an absolute literal god of vengeance. I can't breathe. The way they shot this scene, the lighting, casting these dramatic shadows, the slow motion kick of the door, it was cinematic perfection. He just charges in to save his family because, of course, he does. He didn't even care that there was a bomb. He didn't care about his own life. He just saw Sharon and Noah in danger, and his primal protective instincts completely took over. Nick and Sharon, guys. Schick is literally the blueprint. No matter what happens, no matter who they are currently married to, no matter how many times Phyllis or Chelsea or whoever gets in the way, Nick will always, always, always come to Sharon's rescue. It is a fundamental law of the universe, like gravity. So he busts in, and I'm cheering. I am literally clapping in my living room like a crazy person. I'm yelling at my TV. Yes, take him down. Nick, destroy him. The look on Nick's face was pure, unadulterated fury. And then the police finally show up. They surround the place, sirens blaring, red and blue lights flashing everywhere through the dirty windows of the gas station. They storm the building, tackle Matt Clark to the ground, and he is arrested on the spot. They rip the detonator out of his hand, cuff him, and drag him away. I was so relieved. I literally let out the biggest breath I've been holding for like 20 minutes. I thought, okay, we're good. The bad guy is caught. The family is safe. We can all go home, take a hot shower, and take a nap. I was so ready for the emotional crying reunion hug between Nick, Sharon, and Noah. But no. The writer said, oh, you thought you could rest? You thought you could have a moment of peace? Absolutely not. Because just as the relief washes over them, just as Sharon takes a step toward Nick with tears in her eyes, just as they are about to have that beautiful, sweeping family moment, Nick collapses. My jaw dropped. I literally screamed no at the television so loud my dog started barking. He just goes down hard, like a ton of bricks. And it wasn't just a dramatic, romantic faint, okay? It was terrifying. He starts foaming at the mouth, foaming at the mouth. I was so horrified. I had to cover my eyes, but I was peeking through my fingers because I couldn't look away. I was like, are you serious right now? What is happening? His eyes rolled back, his body started convulsing, and the foam just kept coming. It was so visceral and disgusting and scary all at once. And then I remembered, oh my God, the Vegas drugs, the fake drugs he took when he was spiraling in Vegas. Wait, did I already say that? Whatever. Anyway, Nick has been dealing with this secret addiction, right? We all knew he was in denial. We watched him pop those pills in Vegas while he was hanging out with Adam and dealing with all that underground chaos. I knew it was bad, but I didn't think it was going to literally kill him on the spot. Those fake pills he took, they must have been laced with something absolutely toxic. The side effects hit him right there, right in the middle of his big hero moment. The tragic irony, he saves them from a literal bomb, only to be a ticking time bomb himself. I just keep thinking back to how defensive Nick has been lately. He has been in complete and total denial about his addiction. Every time anyone tried to talk to him, he would just brush it off, acting like he was totally in control. I'm Nick Newman. I don't have a problem. Yeah, right. This is what happens when you ignore the warning signs. I'm so mad at him for being so stubborn, but I'm also just so devastated because he didn't deserve to get poisoned by some sketchy Vegas cartel fake pills. Sharon's reaction, guys, I am tearing up just thinking about it again. Sharon Case deserves an Emmy for this episode, period. Hand it to her right now. The visceral, gut-wrenching scream that came out of her when Nick hit the floor, it will haunt my nightmares for weeks. She just dropped to her knees beside him, screaming his name, Nick, Nick, over and over again. Her hands were shaking. She was grabbing his face, trying to wipe the foam away, begging him to wake up. It was so raw and so real. I felt like I was intruding on a private moment. And let's circle back to Noah for a second, because we do not talk about Noah enough. This poor guy. He lost his fiancée, Courtney, on their wedding day. He had his heart ripped out by Tessa. He's constantly bouncing around trying to find his purpose, and now he has to literally try to pump the life back into his dad's chest. The physical toll that takes on a person. He was sweating, crying, screaming at the paramedics to hurry up. The visual of Noah's hands covered in the dirt from the gas station floor, pressing down on Nick's chest. It's going to win awards. It has to, which brings me to my biggest fear right now. Sharon. We all know Sharon has a history of severe bipolar disorder. She has worked so hard for years to maintain her mental health. She takes her meds, she goes to therapy. She has been a stable rock for her kids. But seeing the love of her life, the father of her children, literally dying right in front of her eyes immediately after being held hostage, that is a psychological shock of epic, catastrophic proportions. The human brain is not built to handle that much trauma back to back. Like, think about everything Sharon has lost. She lost Cassie in that horrific car crash, which literally broke her soul. She had Faith kidnapped as a baby. She had the whole Sully Christian nightmare where she thought her baby was dead, then thought he was hers, then had to give him back. The universe just uses Sharon as a punching bag. And now to have Nick, the one constant anchor in her chaotic life, just drop dead in front of her, it's too much. It's actually too much for one person to bear. I'm calling it now, mark my words. This is going to trigger a massive, severe relapse for Sharon. You could see it in her eyes in that scene, the way she was screaming, the frantic, wild energy, the complete shattering of her reality. Her eyes looked so hollow and terrified. If Nick dies, or even if he just stays in a coma for a long time, Sharon is going to spiral completely out of control. She's going to lose her grip on reality, and I am honestly not ready for that storyline. It is going to break my heart into a million pieces. Okay, where was I? Right, so the paramedics finally rush in. They load Nick onto a stretcher, and they rush him to Genoa City Memorial, obviously, because where else does anyone go in this town? The hospital scenes were so incredibly tense. The camera is doing that shaky, fast-paced thing, following the gurney down the hallway. The doctors are running around, yelling medical jargon, pulling out the defibrillators, hooking him up to a million machines. Sharon is pacing the waiting room, still covered in dirt and grease from the gas station, just looking completely hollowed out, staring at the wall. Then the doctor finally comes out to talk to Sharon and Noah. And guys, the news is bad. Like, really, really devastatingly bad. The doctor says that whatever toxins were in those fake Vegas drugs, they are actively destroying Nick's nervous system. Destroying it. They said the poison is moving through his bloodstream. attacking his brain and his nerves, and his chances of survival are incredibly slim. Slim to none. I am literally hyperventilating. They cannot kill off Nick Newman. They just can't. He is a legacy character. And the timing is so insane because Victor is currently in the middle of this massive, ruthless corporate takeover. He literally just bought out all of Phyllis's staff at the Summers conglomerate and is framing her with eye evidence. He is so busy playing God in the boardroom, trying to send Phyllis to prison, that he doesn't even realize his own golden boy is dying on a hospital bed. When Victor finds out that he was busy plotting against Phyllis while Nick was foaming at the mouth, the guilt and the rage are going to be apocalyptic. Think about the ripple effects this is going to have across the entire canvas. Victor and NIKKI are going to absolutely lose their minds. NIKKI is already so stressed out about Nick's addiction, she's been trying to plan an intervention with Victor. And NIKKI was just caught in that super awkward, compromising situation with Jack Abbott, which is insane, by the way. Diane is going to murder them both, but I digress. When NIKKI gets this phone call from the hospital, she might literally start drinking again. The stress is going to push her right back to the bottle. And Victor is going to burn the world down to find out who sold Nick those drugs. And what about Adam? Adam was with Nick in Vegas. Adam knows about the drugs, or at least he knows Nick was spiraling and acting reckless. The guilt is going to eat Adam alive. He's already struggling with his whole dark spider persona and driving Chelsea crazy with his detachment. If Nick dies because of something that happened in Vegas while Adam was there, the Newman family will tear Adam apart. Victor will probably blame him entirely. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath of family drama. And Matt Clark, I hope they throw away the key. Actually, no, I hope Victor gets to him before the justice system does, because the police arresting him is too good for him. He was literally smiling when they cuffed him, smiling like he knew that even if the bomb didn't go off, he still somehow won because Nick was dying. He is pure, unadulterated evil. I don't even know how the writers brought him back to be this menacing, but it worked, and I hate it. I honestly don't know how I'm going to survive the rest of the week. I need to know if Nick wakes up. I need to know if the doctors can flush the toxins out in time. Is there a magic antidote? This is a soap opera. There has to be a magic experimental treatment, right? Or maybe they need a transplant. Wait, Kane is looking for a bone marrow donor for Malcolm right now. Maybe the hospital can just do a 2-for-1 medical miracle? Okay, I'm rambling, I know. I'm just so stressed out. Seriously, though, the audacity of this show to play with my emotions like this. I'm done. I'm literally done. But also, I will be seated in front of my TV tomorrow at exactly 12 p.m. with a box of tissues